Welcome back to the Burbs, and today we're taking a little different note. I'll be telling you about the curse of Robert the doll. It started in 1906. Young Robert Eugene Otto received a doll from his family's servants. It was at first blush unremarkable, a doll of wire, straw, and cloth. With beige skin and human-like hair, it wore an outfit similar to that of an American naval officer. But the doll held an ominous secret that would reveal itself in time. You see, legend has it that the Otto family, who lived in Key West, Florida, weren't kind to their servants. One servant, a bohemian woman, grew tired of her mistreatment. Some say she was skilled in voodoo and black magic. As an act of revenge, she infused the doll with dark spirits and cursed it with hatred. She crafted it with human blood and hair, and stuffed it with the rags of liquid soaked in rheum and dead. It was this doll she bestowed upon young Robert, a terrible gift for such a young soul. Robert Eugene Otto, unaware of its sordid history, took for the doll almost immediately. He named it Robert after himself. He going by his middle name, Gene. His parents could hear him late at night conversing with the doll, and sometimes, perhaps with their imaginations or perhaps not, was that strange guttural voice coming from their son, or would they hear the doll speaking back? Gene would go on to blame Robert the doll for the countless strange occurrences: plates falling from tables, lamps falling from walls, torn clothing and objects misplaced littering throughout the house. His parents, when they reprimanded him, would simply be met with a reply: Robert did it. Eventually Gene grew older and traveled to Paris to pursue a career in art. He got married and went on. However, when he and his wife returned and moved back into his old Victorian home in Key West, Gene made special accommodations for Robert the doll. It was still very important to him. He constructed a small room in the third floor for it, scaled perfectly for Robert's size. He placed small furniture inside. Robert sat in a wooden chair, motionless, most of the time, of course. Allegedly, neighbors would claim they could see Robert the doll through the third floor windows, moving from room to room. The sound of laughter occasionally echoed throughout the house, as well as glimpses of shadows as the doll made its nightly walkabouts. In 1974, Gene died and Anne moved away, but Robert remained, and the strange occurrences continued to be reported by new occupants and utility workers. Unexplained footsteps, strange noises, laughter. Someone turned their backs on the strange little doll and would have moved, just slightly even when they looked again. The curse continues. The doll was lost in time, packed away by nervous occupants who couldn't bear to keep it in plain sight. It eventually resurfaced again, however, when the new family found the doll in the attic. Their 10-year-old daughter welcomed the old doll, becoming its new owner, but she too would learn of its secret terrors. She would scream in the night, shouting that Robert was moving. On at least one occasion she claims, to this day in fact, that the doll tried to kill her. Robert the doll was ultimately given to the East Martello Museum, which has been on display, locked behind glass ever since. For 2 weeks every year, it's brought to the Custom House in Key West, where visitors may have a look for themselves. A word, however. You may be wondering about the notes, commonly pinned to the wall behind his photographs. Before taking a picture of Robert when he is on display, each person must ask for his permission. If his head tilts, that means his permission is not granted. Those letters were sent by the people who dared to tempt the curse of Robert the doll, who didn't ask for permission. They contained true testimonies of the bad luck and misfortune that follows. In those letters they ask for forgiveness.